Well, some people wait a lifetime for a moment. Oh, I love Tony Khan, man. Woo! And it only took a year. Let's go! I love that motherfucking intro, and I'm glad to bring it back for all of you. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let's go. It is Monday morning. It's Labor Day morning. So we could take it easy a little bit, or at least we'd like to. We'd like to take it easy. But I don't know if we needs to take it easy, because AEW has gone and made it impossible for anyone to take it easy. And the big reasoning for it is, man, they fucked the pooch. They screwed the pooch so bad. I mean, since Vince has retired, this has been absolutely nothing short of a catastrophe. Of a fucking catastrophe. I mean, my God, we have nothing but insurrection and unrest in the back. Everybody is just fucking pissed off. JFA, I swear to God, I'm going to fucking ban you because it's not funny anymore, dick. Now you're going to actually start affecting shows. Just knock it off. It was funny for a while, but now you're doing it. Oh, it's serious. You're not kidding this time. Well, you are. You're an idiot. Stop it, moron. Jesus. At least fucking donate when you're going to try to derail, you prick. You're just as big of a prick as CM Punk. Now, we'll get into what I feel about the actual AEW event, which I did watch some of it. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot, JFA. I watched most of it, actually, more than I thought I was going to. But I had to, if once I decide to cover anything AEW, I got to watch enough of it to where at least say I did. You know what I mean? You can't go into it half-cocked. And for the most part, it's just more of the same. It seems everything's unprepared. They disrespect the women's wrestling over there more than WWE has, in my opinion. Mainly because they gave them false hope over there. And now you see WWE focusing even more on women and giving them legitimate time, legitimate builds. And it's starting to make a lot of sense. And now you're just looking at AEW going, what? Huh? Huh? Hey. One of us. One of us. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. And then, even more so throughout the course. And then you see the other problems. The wrestlers that they were so fucking sure of is going to be can't missers and great forever. They're getting hurt. They stay hurt. Christian can't fucking work a full match to save his life. It's just bad all around. I feel. I just didn't think it was a very good show, especially when you look at what Cardiff did and what NXT did. NXT was awesome last night.
Sorry.
You're forgiven. You're forgiven. Blessings, copious blessings. I thought you were just being a prick for prick's sake. I'll give you one more to where I feel give you the benefit of the doubt, but that's it. So now we go do the Stone Cold Steve Austin Bigfoot hat, because if anyone would wear a Bigfoot hat, it'd be Stone Cold. So, but we'll get into the tag division and all that a little bit later. But I didn't hate the Solo Sikoa finish. I mean, I didn't love it. But I didn't feel that Drew was winning, so it didn't do anything to me. I called Roman winning. But we'll get into all that in a minute. Let's stay on topic here. Let's stay on point. Because regardless of what anybody might think of the actual AEW event, I want to talk specifically about the main event. I want to talk about that for a moment. Now, this was weird. The whole thing was fucking bizarre between CM Punk and Moxley. Having the match last week, a squash match, nothing really made sense. And everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody, because unfortunately there's a lot of stupid people out there that really did believe the whole MJF thing. And that's something important to note too. They've tried to do works like this already, but not in the way that CM Punk and all this came off last night. So I don't think this was necessarily a work. It wouldn't shock me if it was a half work last night, or at least a quarter work, or something that turned into more of a work maybe down the line. But I don't know. Last night didn't feel like a work to me. The MJF stuff, immediately. I mean, like, there was no question in my mind about it. And it made me physically angry. There's two things that have made me physically angry lately. People trying to convince me that the MJF thing could be fucking real. And I'm sorry, Fake, I hate to keep coming down on you over this, but this whole myth, this theory that Roman Reigns has to drop the title right now because he's had it too long. He's got to drop it. Doesn't matter who he drops it to. Of course it matters who he drops it to. It wasn't true. Drew wasn't the guy, you know? So the Morning Dave saw the tweet. Poofers. But so and the funny thing is, I felt that pop should have been bigger than what it was, considering. I honestly, I thought the whole thing was lackluster and underwhelming, mainly because it was so dumb. Like, so why have the match if you're just going to do a typical WWE finish? This is the stuff that people were fucking arguing about WWE fucking up years ago. You're going to have the ladder match and then completely destroy it at the end, you know, so the match doesn't even matter, to hand it to somebody else, and that person turns out to be MJF, a guy who left while in the middle of a fucking title picture, now comes back and it just makes no sense. But Tony Khan doesn't know what he's doing, and now he's completely given the locker room to the boys. Anyone who fucking thought that Eric Bischoff, jeez, I used a Triple H joke. Eric Bischoff, this is Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, that's not even true either. But Eric Bischoff was too much of a mark and gave too much power to the boys. You guys got to see some of this shit from last night. I mean, like, holy God. So, CM Punk regains the title. The MJF thing happens. And then they do the press conference, which, to be fair, they've been doing these press conferences since the beginning. WWE has done them in the past, but only for major events. And now we saw it with Cardiff. They just do it differently. They tried to call this a scrum. And I think that's why some people are thinking this is fake worked, because it's called a scrum. You know, the after scrum. Like, why call it a scrum? It's stupid. It's a fucking press conference. It's dumb. Makes no sense. Again, things that defy logic will lose you wrestling fans. And in the small stuff, we can ignore. But things like this is just logical stuff. You can't even fucking get away from it. It just, like, makes no sense at all. So, we get to the press conference, the scrum, and CM Punk goes absolutely fucking berserk. I guess there were some questions that we're going to watch we got the whole clip. We're going to watch some of it. We're going to go through somebody. So he was prompted about the whole situation with Colt Cabana and the EVPs and people dropping leaks and all this stuff. And remember, he's doing this with Tony Khan right next to him, you know? So Tony Khan looks so weak and scared and just mild and just terrible here. Like, say what you want about Vince and Dana White. The reason why their shit is successful and sustains the test of time is because they're not weak-willed. They might be pieces of shit. They might be fucking garbage pile. They might be fucking take advantage of manipulative of people at times, but they're not weak-willed. This would never happen. Ever. Could you imagine? Like, Dana White won't just sit there and take it. He's let people say shit, but he doesn't sit there and take it. And Vince would never allow this. TKO, I got to correct you a little bit. CM Punk went full-blown pipe bomb. No, he didn't, because the pipe bomb was mostly written by Vince McMahon anyway, it turns out. Most of the shit was approved and fucking written. You know, it's like he didn't do anything all that fucking special with the pipe. The pipe bomb sucked. All right? How about that? How about we go to that? The pipe bomb sucked and overrated, just like CM Punk. Isn't it ironic, too? Hi, Colt Cabana. Such a bitch. You know what? I just hate CM Punk. And this is not something I've hid. I can't stand the guy. I've never been able to stand the guy. I never really gotten all the fucking super hype on the independent wrestling fans and all that really gave him. But I've never really agreed with the independent fucking indie wrestling fan, to be fair. And that's totally fine too. But CM Punk has shown it over and over and over and over and over again. You know, from UFC to going back sort of to WWE, to now the AEW stuff, and this press conference being the most telling of them all, talking about the first million pay-per-view buy or million view AEW thing on his back and all this fucking garbage. You should have been drawing 3 if you were what you were. You know, you're not. You suck. You're not Roman Reigns. You're not The Rock. You're not John Cena. You never have been. You never will be. And he can't take that. He's such an egotist. He is egomaniacal. And he shows this shit last night in full spades. Look, if people are not getting the record right, I totally understand correcting the record. I don't understand correcting the record at the backstage of a fucking AEW pay-per-view in front of your boss. It makes no fucking sense. And then to continue to talk about how you paid his bills and then bringing his mom into it, it's just distasteful. Like, you're Punk. You're supposed to be above this. You're like, this is the shit that you call out. You know, you talk about going into business for yourself. That's what you've done. That's what you've done your whole fucking career. You know what I mean? It's like unbelievable. It's crazy. And look, obviously, I'm going to throw it a little extra. And the pipe bomb was a great moment in fucking time. But like, how much more evidence does people need that CM Punk is a fucking cancer? This guy just eats away healthy cells all around whatever he's around. He is just, I just don't, as long as he can feel morally justified, he can do and say whatever. These are the people that we beat up on the internet daily. But yet there are internet talking heads that love this fucking guy and slurp him so much, even though he's one of the biggest fucking violators of some of our most sacred rules. Like, this dude is bitch made from the top fucking, oh, but people get the record wrong about, people get the record about it wrong about everybody. It's just something, it depends where you fucking do it. It's where you set the record straight. It's how you go about it that defines you. That's what your reputation is based on, you fucking numpty. Shout out to Nixie. Shout out to Nixie. All right, but this is still like one of my favorite things. Look at this. This is your king? I don't even like Big Ray. That's funny. That's funny. Over there. That's funny. Can't even drink. So let me see some of the good ones here. All right. So this was here's one of the little clips here. This is one of the most telling as far as Tony Khan. For me, this is one of the ones that showed that this was not a work. I do believe that Khan probably had a conversation with Punk and told him to say whatever the fuck he wants. What's up, Huffman? I see you. Austin Bennett, Pick Lickington, Super Bears, Full Land, TKO Rising, Jason, so many people. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. We get 31 on a wrestling morning show on Labor Day. I feel pretty good about that. It's not our customary 200 that we're getting on Dead on Dave Lives, but this ain't Dead on Dave Live. I appreciate you guys getting up in the morning on Labor Day and hanging out with your boy Dead on Dizzle. We're going to give you a lot of content today, I think. But this one was it for me. This is one of my favorites. Here we go. Let's check this out. This was in regards to MJF now returning, who CM Punk. I also do not think this is a work. Do not like each other. I think that is a real one as well. So here's his response to that, and watch Tony Khan.
Well, CM Punk debuted here, and I thought it was right for the fans. And like I said, for the fans, I thought.
Look how he has to ask the question in a justification. Look how he has to do this. He's got to cower down and ask CM Punk, hey Punk, did you see what I said? And you see how I said it about like the fans? Remember, this is for the fans. He's trying to lead him. He's trying to lead him to not say what he's about to say. He's trying to lead him away from. Listen to this again. This is great.
Well, CM Punk debuted here, and I thought it was right for the fans. And like I said, for the fans, I thought the best thing that we could do as a company was bring MJF back.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless, CM Punk debuted here, and I thought it was right for the fans.
Nevertheless, irregardless. God. Let me hear it again.
Fans, and like I said, for the fans, I thought the best thing that we could do as a company was bring MJF back.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly.
That's the fucking business. You're a prick. People have to work with you, you prick. You're a prick. You're the one standing on the top floor of the AEW building, lighting a fire, not caring that you're inside of it. You've shit on your EVPs. You shit on the people that put on this whole fucking AEW idea together. Cody Rhodes is fucking gone, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up turning to be a little bit about you as well, and so much fucking shit. You've burnt it down, and everybody knows it. This is what CM Punk does. He makes people uncomfortable. He makes people uncomfortable. And no, Salvo would never be MJF because MJF sucks. MJF is terrible. The whole angle was terrible. The fucking Mark thing, it was stupid. The whole thing, just because you say something naughty and crazy into a camera doesn't mean that it's groundbreaking. This has all been there, done that, rehashed bullshit, and I don't feel he does anything very well. He's a lesser Miz, and I was making that joke long before he tried to own it. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck this guy. What's up, DJ Cage? How you doing? I bully bullies. Your mimicking game is pretty good. You should consider starting a TikTok. Well, listen here, you stupid bastard. You come in here and you look me in my beady eyes and you want to tell me that my mimicking game is good? What? You think my mimicking game is good? What? My mimicking game is on point, you stupid bastard. Now you look at me in my beady eyes and I drop you on your stupid stack of dimes neck and stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry while having 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, what? You stupid son of a bitch. Maybe it's just you after a while. Could be. It could be. Look, I have no qualms in saying how much I hate this shit, but I mean, look at this. We're here. Let's zoom in. Let's take a real good look at Tony Khan. Tell me if you think he's that good of an actor to be able to pull this off. He's like, oh, fuck.
CM Punk debuted here.
Look how scared he is.
It was right for the fans.
Terrified.
Like for the fans, I thought the best thing that we could do as a company was bring MJF back.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless, CM Punk debuted here.
Did you hear? Oh my God. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah. Let's look at his tough talk. Let's look at his tough talk. So this, we're going to look at some of the stuff that Punk said as well. But let's look at the tough talk. Oh, my God. This is so good. In regards to Punk Day. When I read stuff, I don't always know what context it's in. It's okay. This is why I keep saying Tony needs help. He needs somebody to wrangle Punk, sensitive ass, and communicate with the rest of the promotion better. No, they just need to treat him like everybody else. You know what I mean? He needs to be treated like a fucking employee. You know, they need to stop this whole fucking construct. It didn't work in WCW. Didn't work. It doesn't work anywhere else. It does not happen in WWE. You can't make these guys your buddy. You can't. They can't be your buddy. They can't think they own the fucking company. They can't think they're running everything. You can't let them do it. When you do, this shit happens. And look at, because he was neutered and castrated by fucking CM Punk, look how tough. Now, this is over. This comment is in regards to him having to take on 2 WWE shows in one weekend. And keep in mind, one being fucking Cardiff, which is long fucking announced, a stadium show, a lot of planning, a lot of preparation. And like, this guy doesn't get it. He acts like he doesn't, like he didn't instigate all this. Like AEW didn't come on to Wednesday and they even get a W, but still try to fucking act like they're the victims the whole time, painting this narrative that WWE is picking on them. WWE comes into their space. WWE does all these things against them while they're buying ads on Monday Night Raw, which I've seen a handful of times. They buy ads on Raw space, which you should do, by the way. Which you should, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like they do all these bitch-type maneuvers. They fucking try to divide the audience. They successfully divide the audience. They took advantage of people being marks and some of the people who are around my age, unfortunately, who can't just get that this product, just wrestling in general, isn't really supposed to be for us as we age. We're supposed to enjoy it in new ways. But unfortunately, we got a lot of man children and man women, woman girls, girl women. Yeah. Girl women that fucking want to have their cake and eat it too and want to. I need to feel the way that I felt watching the Attitude Era. You're never going to feel that way again. You're going to be reminded of how you felt, but you're never going to feel that way again. And if you keep looking for that, guess what? You're addicted to heroin. You're an addict. You're chasing a dragon that doesn't exist anymore because your sensibilities has changed. You're different. The same amount of smack doesn't work anymore. And guess what? There's no amount of smack that can duplicate that. That dragon is unfucking chaseable. You're never going to get it. You're going to wind up Bon Scotted in the fucking Honda Accord somewhere in a fucking parking lot. You're going to be choking on your own vomit because you can't let go. Let go. What's up, Jason? How you doing? Look at the tough talk here. Now, keep in mind, he instigates everything. And listen to this, because he was castrated so hard.
It's still the number is the number, and I have to face the competition out there. But when I compare myself to Jim Crockett Promotions this weekend, I think I got to take.
First off, never, and I don't even like Jim Crockett. Never compare yourself to Jim You're not Jim Crockett, kid. You're not Jim Crockett, kid. What's up there, Team Maker? How you doing? I won't give my opinions on CM Punk. What's up there, Leon Taylor? Down under, still awake. Oi, oi, oi. The King MJF is back. Fuck CM Punk. Yeah, that was a really... You were probably one of them who believed he was really gone, hit Jason. Or they hate Jason. Jay-Son, true. LOL, but to me, CM Punk wants to be John Cena of a new promotion. But he's not Cena. That's the thing. But that's the whole point. I agree with that. He thought he was Cena. Let me tell you something. Here's the difference between John Cena, The Rock, and CM Punk, and Austin, and anybody else. If CM Punk goes to AEW, they draw 1 million views. They haven't been able to draw more. They haven't grown. They've had many weeks in recession going back into the 800s. And I'm not going to say the 700s. I don't know if that ever happened, but I know they dipped back into the 8s several times. If Austin, if Undertaker, if Cena, if The Rock showed up on AEW just as a one-off, they do 4 million views. That's the difference. That's the difference. It's not that hard to understand. CM Punk, it's not even a knock to say that he's not those guys. He's just not those guys. What's wrong with that? Why can't he accept that? It's proven. It's shown. The numbers are there. He's not. He can't do it. Not at this stage of his career at the very least. You want to make an argument during the summer of Punk? Maybe. But he was dancing with Cena. Triple H, Cena, fucking Vince, they're all in the storyline. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Craziness. But I digress. We're going to get into a hell of a lot more because let's listen to the tough talk. Let's listen to the tough talk.
Taste of the same medicine Jim Crockett Promotions took, but I have a lot more fucking money than Jim Crockett
Your daddy does.
And I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit. It's still the number is the number, and I have to face the competition out there. But when I compare myself to Jim Crockett Promotions this weekend, I think I got a taste of the same medicine Jim Crockett Promotions took. But I have a lot more fucking money than Jim Crockett did. And I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Wide-eyed crackhead. What is he?
It's still the number is the number, and I have to face the competition out there. But when I compare myself to Jim Crockett Promotions this weekend, I think I got a taste of the same medicine Jim Crockett Promotions took. But I have a lot more fucking money than Jim Crockett did. And I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
I'm not going to take this fucking shit. Nixie Nax in the house. What's up, baby? Tony always looked like a Middle Eastern Death Noodles to me. I still think we can go back to the same thing that Ranjan Singh was once called by Triple H. Arab Bischoff. I know he's not Arab, but still, it's funny. Is a CCP supporter. Hey, that you leave China citizen John Cena alone, Pick Lickington. Heel Tony, baby. Heel Tony? He's been the same guy the whole fucking time. The whole time. This coward, weak-willed, then tough guy fucking shit. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Teammaker. Punk is not those guys. Sorry, dude. Looks like he could whoop. Looks like I could whoop his ass. Cena even back when he was with OVW had to look. Absolutely. Look, there are certain guys that you see that you just know are built different. When The Undertaker made the Undertaker gimmick work, he proved, even after many failed gimmicks in WCW, that he could make anything work. He had that X factor. There was something about him. Austin, after failed gimmicks in WWE and in WCW and elsewhere, and some success, of course, he finally puts it together because we always knew there was something. When you look back, there's always something to point to. Cena, Lesnar, fucking even Angle, because he's got the goofy thing that people sometimes either just hit or completely miss with. They're just Rock. It was a matter of time. Fucking Cena, a matter of time. Hogan, matter of time. These guys were just a matter of time. CM Punk was a matter of the era, the people around him, and he was able to be brought higher because of all of that. That's not even a knock. I think the guy is a great fucking in-ring wrestler. I thought his ring work was fantastic. I think he was one of the greats. Top 40, easy, and that's not a knock. People be like, top 40? Yeah. But he is. Top 10 talker. Top 10 talker on the mic, at least until this AEW shit, because I feel his mic work has been... And by the way, big shout out to Nixie, who survived the whole experience over in Cardiff. She went there with the Dead End Old crew. Thank you to Dead End Old and Nat and all you guys who took care of my girl. Nixie is the copious queen and one of my favorite people in the whole world. And I'm very glad that you guys took care of her. Thank you guys for that. And I'm glad that you had a good time, Miss Nixie. And I'm glad you're home and recovering, because we got a lot. Get covered. Get recovered, girl. We got a lot to go over. We got Archer. We got Rick and Morty. Oh, we got Rick and Morty. Woo, back with a vengeance. We've got House of the Dragon. There's so much, but I'm gonna take the strain off you. We got you. I'm glad you had a good time, Nixie. I'm glad the Cardiff show was so good. I'm glad that she was able. That was your first wrestling show too. I'm glad you were able to experience that in its full glory. That's awesome. Liana, you're getting Pete Dunne back. It looks much like it's happening. I'll be honest, there's not enough wrestlers in either company to make me tune in every week. See, here's the thing. I don't know if that's true anymore, with WWE at least. If you have been watching the product consistently, if you haven't, I suggest you start tonight. It's not true anymore. Like the roster that WWE is putting together now, like the people they brought back, this roster is getting filled up real nice. This roster is starting to look real flushed out. And now, when we were worrying about a few months ago as no successor to Roman Reigns that makes sense, Drew McIntyre was just the guy of convenience with Cardiff coming up. He's been a champion recently. He's got the song, all this, but I felt that he wasn't the guy. I felt that he has shown in his build recently that he's just not. He's not that guy. But you got Cody Rhodes coming back soon. You have Seth Rollins, who is absolutely on fucking fire. You have Karrion Kross now back in the fold with his right. You have Gargano back. You have a returning, I believe, Bray Wyatt's just a matter of time. You have a lot of options. That's just the obvious ones. And I think there's Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Philan with the Mush Puff Club, new member. Thank you so much, Philan. Ooh, Philan doesn't spend much money. That's nice to get a membership out of him. That doesn't happen very often, I believe. So thank you very much, Philan. But it's crazy, like the whole situation, and just how much different things have gotten. SmackDown has been a great show for a long time, but it's just getting better, and it's fun again. Like, I'm having a lot of fun watching wrestling. We're doing the Discord watch-ins. We're just having a blast. I don't feel that same way when I do it with AEW. And you know what? We'll even try to prove it. We'll watch the next AEW pay-per-view together. I'll go into Discord and we'll watch it for as long as I can at least. But the fans will drive me off. the fans will drive me off because the fans are just so fucking terrible to me. You know, like the toxicity. They make you choose. They make you like they made me hate AEW because of the stupid shit because they all act like Tony Khan, man. You know, it's fucking terrible. Cody should take the belt. See, I think they have a built-in option. All they got to do is go back to the Jericho match, classic, where he had 2 belts, had to defend them both in the same night, same match. Do the same thing. You load up with Roman Reigns and 2 awesome contenders, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, maybe Cody Rhodes, Karrion Kross, Cody Rhodes, Bray Wyatt, whoever. You know, and you split the belts up that way. Roman loses both belts on the same night. It feels big. It feels massive. It feels a disgrace. The bloodline broken up completely right before our very fucking eyes. They've got to figure it all out the next night. Do they stay together? Do they separate? Is Solo Sikoa somebody who could actually be someone who can represent the bloodline till Roman returns after he fails in Hollywood or gets bored, whatever. Like, there's so much that you could build from taking the belts off and been that way. And then you have 2 legitimate champions to take their brands in different directions. And you know that you could always have him come back to the aisle of relevancy and come back to the head of the table and reunite the titles because you know it already draws and works. It's safety, it's perfection, and it makes sense. And that's what WWE has the ability to do now, which is great. So, and again, this is a hodgepodge of a show because we're kind of jumping around and talking about a lot of different things because there was so much that happened this weekend. But honestly, I want to know, be honest here, what would you rank where would you rank the 3 shows that happened this weekend? I would call all 3 major shows for their respective brands. You know, we'll even separate WWE and NXT. WWE Clash at the Castle, NXT Worlds Collide, and AEW's All Out, which to me is like their second biggest event of the year, right? It's supposed to be. I don't think there's really much of an argument on the first 2. Like AEW, that event is the 3rd worst of the weekend. It's the 3rd best of the weekend. Third best of the weekend, rather, not worst. 3rd best of the weekend. Like, to me, it's Cardiff, just barely over Worlds Collide. But I really loved Worlds Collide. And if you have not seen Worlds Collide, go watch that. That was a fucking banger. And Cardiff only had 6 fucking matches, and they did what they did. That's impressive. That's just impressive, man. And then I got to hear this bitch talk about, the numbers. They're going to be what they're going to be. Oh, I feel like Jim Crockett. You're in business. You've gone after them. You went after Wednesday nights, which they let you have. And now you're still going to bitch about, they put on 2 shows. They moved to Saturdays. They gave you Sundays if you want them. For fuck's sake. See, they're smart enough to know to move to Saturdays before the football season. See, they know. They're smart. You're not. They're smart. And I like Sundays as pay-per-views. Ain't going to work for you no more because they understand to move with the times. Don't just continue to placate the fucking less than 1 million hardcore wrestling fans that there are left in the televised market. Go after the kids who don't care about all of our stupid bullshit, but also have enough to make it all make sense. And that's what WWE has done. They've got a product that fucking is great for the kids and great for the fucking people who are loving wrestling right now. I'm not talking about 3 months ago WWE. I'm talking about WWE this fucking moment. They are on fire. Since Triple H has taken over, they are on fire. God damn, they're an Adam Cole away from perfection. That's what I say. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, so let's listen a little bit.
Hi, Nick Housen with Wrestling Inc.
I'll start, Nick.
Look at that.
Show it.
He cuts him off completely, which could possibly be, the beginnings of a work here. But after all the things that just happened, a work at this press conference just doesn't make sense. Does not.
Hands. Who here fancies themselves as a journalist? You're a journalist, Nick? All
I
right.
try my best.
Okay. No, real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
You still do improv?
No, not a little bit.
No?
No.
When you did improv, who'd you do improv with?
I did it with Scott Colton.
So the first thing he does, that feels contrived. The first guy to ask questions is a friend of Colt Cabana. That feels a little contrived. I'm not going to lie. But that could be set up. But again, I feel they've had the media in their pocket for a long time anyway. Look at fucking Wrestling Inc. They run whatever story they tell them to. It's unbelievable. Like, now they're starting to have to change now because WWE is starting to dominate the news cycle. But it's crazy. I don't even know if he's supposed to be heel. I don't even think it matters. I don't think he knows. Khan doesn't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, again, you look at what the WWE press conference was. It was, everyone seemed alive and jovial and happy to be there. Like, I don't know. It's an entertainment program. You got to keep in mind, this isn't a real fucking sporting event. So, like, is this contrived as well? Is this part of the work? I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Okay, so you fancy yourself a journalist. Would you say you're friends with Scott Colton?
No, I haven't talked to Scott in some time.
So you're not friends with him?
No, Scott and I do not see eye to eye.
Oh, wow. Well, that makes two of us.
Well, that backfired. Never mind. See, I didn't see the beginning of this. That backfired. He wasn't expecting that. He was expecting to go a whole nother way. Oh, he's about to cut into him that way, but he couldn't do it. He got cut off.
My point is...
Well, since you stepped on my opening to shit on your journalistic integrity and shit on the whole fabric of journalism, well, my point is anyway. It's still as strong, though. Don't worry. Trust me. My point's still strong, even though you kind of just fucked me. But oh well.
If you fancy yourself a journalist, even if it's for the silly world of professional wrestling, and you have journalistic integrity...
Listen, asshole. There's journalists for every fabric of entertainment. Stop having so much... This is not... By the way, this is who he is. This isn't his character. This is who he is. This is who he is. They make it harder, Super Bears. You know, they make it harder than it needs to be.
People who report things. My relationship with Scott Colton ended long before.
So this, I felt, was all unnecessary. Like him setting the record against Colt Cabana, who is on the Ring of Honor roster, which he is no longer in the AEW sphere. And I think people can draw their own. We're allowed to have our conclusions of why. When you show up your fucking boss like this and you make him look like a fucking meat puppet, how is anybody supposed to fucking think anything else but that you are pulling the strings of the meat puppet that you're showing him to be? Which means that you can get him to fucking remove anybody that you want, whenever you want, which is exactly what the accusation was. So I don't understand how him blasting Colt Cabana for 6 minutes here and talking about the whole case, disclosing all the fucking shit about the bills being paid once again. And now I've never heard him bring up his mother before. He even brings up his fucking mother. None of this made sense to me. Like, honestly, I love drama. I love it. This is great. I love other people's drama, not my own. I try to stay out of it. But these motherfuckers, I can't get enough of it. And he fucks it up. He fucks it up because he's such an egotist. He's so in his own head. New CM Punk and the Meat Puppets. Oh my God.
Paid all of his bills.
I
have every receipt.
I have every receipt. And I have every receipt. I can't even go back. See, that's the part I did see. Now, after this, he goes on to call out other EVPs, of course, not really by name because he's a bitch, and it fucking pissed off Tony Khan, and apparently, well, you could see it pissed off Tony Khan. He couldn't do anything about it, but it seems to have pissed off a lot of people in the back. Now, this clip is interesting. This is the one that got people talking. Let's just watch it, and then I'll tell you what happened.
What it is, miss me with it.
Watch the background. Whee!
Tonight was a milestone. Tonight was a great milestone in this company.
Watch it again.
What it is, miss me with it all together, but
Whee!
tonight was a milestone. Tonight was a great milestone in this company. One of the best matches we had.
Whee! God, I hope both of those guys end up going back to WWE. Keith Lee, not so much, but Isaiah Swerve Scott, I want back in there. So there was a security guard running to the back there, and the The reasoning is apparently there was a physical altercation between the Young Bucks and CM Punk. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and a lot of other people are not happy with what Punk did, apparently. Now, that could all be part of the work as well and all that, but the wrestlers are fucking having fun with it too. Now, we take of this as you will. Now, you'll have to know some of the lore. You'll have to know some of the background. You'll have to know some of the things that have happened in the past to really get the meaning of this. But this was tweeted by Kevin Owens. Just randomly, last night at 12:38 a.m. He's the Young Bucks' best friend. He's their best fucking friend. If you don't think that picture's funny, there's something wrong. All right. So why this picture is funny is because CM Punk is on record being incredibly bitter about the Austin shit. It's well fucking noted about the main eventing of WrestleMania, and even to the point where I really was the main event of WrestleMania with The Undertaker, because I held the belt or whatever, or whatever that situation. I was the main event. I was the main, not Cena Rock. See, that's a main event. That's a main event. And even if you want to asterisk him, well, yeah, on night one, still more than you did with your fucking idol, a man that you once wore a T-shirt of to try to get attention of. You know what I mean? Like, he went and did it. And by the way, Austin put this match with his work and what Kevin Owens did, I would say, in Austin's 10 to 15 greatest matches ever. And I don't even think that's crazy to say. I think that match was I've watched that match recently a couple of times. Fucking unbelievable match. God, that's a good fight. Everything from it. The build, all of it. Fucking great. This is a great message to Punk. Great message to Punk. Big fuck you, and I love that. Now, that one I think most people could expect. Here's the one that should be troubling, but also not really, because at the end of the day, it is Matt Hardy. Keep in mind, this is Matt Hardy after all, so who really cares? But yeah, Matt Hardy, I don't know if you necessarily want Matt Hardy on your side, but yeah. I mean, I guess he's elite. I don't know if it doesn't matter. But Hangman Page, this one is the interesting one because there's a great clip of Hangman Page, saying, I need to protect AEW from you. Now that actually seems to be prophetic and true. Now it seems to actually be the fucking case. And I don't like Hangman Page, by the way. I don't think he's very good. He's another one I just don't get. I don't think he's all that great. I don't like the super face persona shit they try to go with him. I don't like him. I don't like him. And I thought CM Punk was the right decision to win as well. And I don't even agree with Hangman doing what he did to Punk a few weeks back on the mic or whenever that was. I think that was going into business for yourself a little bit. If it was to anybody else but someone like Punk, who has a history and a track record of being this guy that he has shown himself to be yet again. I mean, how many times you got to see it? How many times has he got to show his hand? When are you guys just going to believe that he's a piece of fucking garbage who cares about himself and cares about his narrative in his head at all times and nobody else matters? He'll use you as long as he needs to, and as soon as he fucking thinks that you're stupider than him, he'll try to own you, just like he is with fucking Tony Khan, man. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. They hate, like, the Colt Cabana thing happened in 2014. It didn't happen last week. It happened in 2014. This is crazy. This is crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts. Taker makes guys who has Punk made. Nobody. But to be fair, he came during a real loaded time. He came during a loaded ass time where it was like he came up at the same time as Cena and everything, but they came into a system that was stacked. They came into an era that had legends and Hall of Famers. So it's almost not fair because they were around that same group for so long. You know, Cena transcended. Cena rose above. Cena created people. Cena and Edge are so important to each other's careers. I mean, it's not even funny. You know, they made each other. But they had the ability to do that. Punk needs a dance partner. You know who he is? And this is really going to piss people off. You know who CM Punk is? CM Punk's Bret Hart. CM Punk is Bret Hart, an incredibly boring wrestler that is technically about as perfect as it comes, who desperately needs a bigger fucking personality or different personality in Punk's case to offset or bring up all of the deficiencies that doesn't allow you to connect with the masses. Now, CM Punk is great with connecting with the voiceless, whatever the fuck that means, because we're all fucking voiceless now. Makes no fucking sense. But that's who he is. That's who he is. And I think Owen Hart is better than Bret Hart. Owen had a better personality. He can work just as good as Bret. It was shown so many fucking times. But he was tolerable. And people could fucking work with him. You know, that Owen was a guy. He wasn't this self-righteous pussy bitter bitch that Bret is. And Bret, to be fair, seems to be getting away from it a little bit, showing up at Cardiff, whatever. That was great. I like that from Bret. But he shows up wherever he wants and does whatever he wants, whenever he wants now, because I think at his age and beating cancer and everything else, he's simply over it. But Punk's got the same bitterness. He's got the same ego. He's way more self-righteous than Bret Hart ever was. I don't know if CM Punk would even want any sunny days. JFA donated $1. Thank you, you son of a bitch. Thank you, you stupid bastard. Punk doesn't come anywhere near Bret Hart's status. I'm not even saying that he did. He does in bitterness. He does in bitchery. And I agree with you. He's not as good as Bret is in the ring. I agree with that too. But I think that's the comparable. That's the comparison. You know, Bret Hart was champion over one of the worst eras in the history of wrestling. CM Punk can't draw $1 million in a company that has all the media in their pocket. It just doesn't make sense. Like, none of it makes... At some point, you have to start looking at it for what it is and not what you want it to be. And so many people want it to be the Attitude Era, and what they want is wrestling, you know, the meta, the bullshit. It doesn't work. You have to be able to suspend your disbelief. When you go out there and remove all doubt, like Punk did with this press conference especially, what do you have left to fucking feel about? What do you have left to fucking connect to? You've stripped away the very essence of what wrestling's supposed to be. And that's what Punk doesn't get. And I don't even know if Bret Hart fully got it. You know, so I don't know. I agree and disagree with this, Dave, says Stan Marshall. I find it interesting when he is in the ring, but he is interesting when he works with others. But he is like Bret Hart when he is winning. Well, no, when he's winning. No, I look, when you look at Bret Hart's, all those, I think Bret's top match, it's like he had a top match with a lesser guy. You know what I mean? All the matches that you think about with Bret Hart are with some of the greatest fucking wrestlers in the history of the fucking business. Or it's an event so important that you had to pay attention, like SummerSlam at Wembley or in England. You know, it's like, it's hard. And I'm not even trying to come down too hard on Bret with that. It's just, I think that the comparables are there because neither one of them, Bret's not Cena either. Bret's not Austin either. Bret's not The Rock either. I'm a Shawn Michaels guy. Shawn Michaels isn't The Rock. Shawn Michaels is the greatest wrestler to ever live. In the ring, performance-wise, it's not even close. Shawn Michaels is the greatest to ever do it, mixing the old and the new into a package that no one's ever seen it. He's not John Cena. He's not even The Undertaker, I think, at the end of the day. And that kills me to say that. that kills me. Bret is not better than Cena, Rock, or Austin. Stop it, Ginger Heat. Stop it. Stop yourself. Stop yourself. Oh, what? 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 Excuse me, boy. Are you honestly thinking that Bret Hart, that Canadian fart, is somehow greater than the Lord of Darkness? Greater than the Reaper? Well, I will dig one more hole, Ginger Heat, and I will put you down in that hole while I suck your soul. Boy. By the way, we got the Discord open. I'd love to hear from you if you have an opinion, differing or supportive. I want to know what you thought of the situation with CM Punk. Where does it go from here? Look, with WWE, and by the way, there was another major thing that happened in AEW last night that could have huge ramifications. Another unhappy wrestler. Here's a bold prediction for you. $13 from, it's Canadian bucks, so it's like $2 American. But whatever, I appreciate it, Ginger Heat. You're awesome. Malachi Black will be in WWE at the Royal Rumble. That's my bold prediction. He's asked for his release. He's unhappy. He waved goodbye last night. I don't know if he'll get the release. I'm assuming he's going to. But Tommy frickin' End will be back in WWE as Aleister Black very soon. He says he's got some family life shit to work through. I don't know if that's true. I think they're all going to magically go away as soon as he gets out of this sinking fucking SS minnow that is AEW. Well, real quick here, I got a little surprise that I wasn't expecting. We've got my favorite blue-haired mush puff of all, the woman who traveled all the way to Wales and back again, the one, the only, the now non-virgin live show wrestling master, Nixie Nax. What's up, baby girl?
Hello.
That was a good intro, wasn't it?
It was. I felt pretty pumped up.
Yeah, I really gave it to you, you know? Really put it in you and on you. Well, not in you, more on you.
In me.
Yeah, you know, wishful thinking, I guess, at the end of the day, right? Freudian slip. Ginger with the $13.99. Bret is the goat. I already put the hat on for it. Here's the wiggle. All right, so what you got for us there? You went all the way over. Tell us about it.
I mean, the journey. The journey. Google lies. Google says it's 2.5 hours. It's not. It's like 10 hours by the time you count in London.
You got in London. You got lied to.
Yeah, they lied. But it was so good. It felt loud. Was it loud? It felt fucking loud.
It was 60,000 people.
Didn't stop singing and screaming the whole time. I'm surprised I have a voice. It was so good, though.
The event really was amazing. I mean, I was really blown away with how good Cardiff was. I mean, I was expecting it to be good, but when we started watching, because I watched it late, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was at work. Fake goes, there's only 6 matches. I was like, what? 3.5 hours, 6 matches? He goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. And boy, was it, man. All the matches got time. Everything felt flushed out. The wrestling got a little sloppy at times, but I mean, the camera angles have a lot to do with that. That is what it is. But overall, man, that was a great show. I know that people were not thrilled with Drew winning, or losing rather, but the fact that the place didn't tear itself down kind of proves my point that Drew really wasn't the guy.
I mean, I was there, and
no
the police definitely had some work to do outside. The streets were. Some people really took the rioting part to heart.
Oh, there was some rioting. See, I didn't see any fucking thing.
To be honest, I kind of wish that I couldn't, because my phone actually died while I was there. But the police had some work to do.
Oh,
There were
I saw
people,
no reports on that.
fighting, but the funny thing is, the most part, everyone was just in such a great mood anyway.
Yeah,
like everyone had a really good time. The build up towards it, like I experienced the woo effect. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening? It was like woo, and then you hear woo.
Oh
woo,
yeah, the woo
woo
wave is always fun.
But it was like in the streets.
Oh yeah,
so like
as you're walking up
like,
to it, 60,000 people, Nixie. It's not the 17,000 that I went to at Raw. This was
It felt like-
60,000.
It felt like all 60,000 people were in the Weatherspoons that we were trying to hang out in beforehand. It was amazing. Do you know the one match that I felt really bad for was Liv and Shayna?
Yeah.
Shazler.
Yeah.
I can't speak. Yeah, because, do you know, we were so gassed. The crowd was so gassed after Sheamus. Everyone took that opportunity to do a piss break and go to the bar, and their match was practically silent. It was
well. It also wasn't
eerie.
very good. You know that's a thing too. I rewatched that match just out of do justice. It was good, but it wasn't great. It just kind of, it was what it was. Liv just there's something missing with Liv, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It was silent. It was silent when you compare it to what had happened before with Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus got so much love.
Sheamus and Gunther. That was a once in a. You don't see matches like that, especially anymore. That was one of the hard hittingest matches I've probably ever seen. It's up there with shit that I watched with Vader. In the early years. I mean, like that was hard hitting. That was really, really something else. Match of the night for me. I really like Seth and
oh yeah,
and
we
Riddle.
did not stop chanting, doing his theme song the whole fucking time.
That was
so
a good
great.
match, man. That was a good match.
It was a great match, and it was so good as well because we were literally just doing the theme song over and over and over. Like I always wanted to be there to do it in person because I love it, but then we just didn't stop. It was. I couldn't speak. I had no voice when I came out. It was amazing.
Ginger Jason, you know what I find interesting about Liv? I feel she's way more suited for AEW because she's just like that whole Mark thing. She's just in that same vibe. And Ruby Soho, Ruby Riott, is way more suited for WWE, I feel. And I think, honestly, if Ruby stays, Liv would, and they do it separate, Ruby is on a huge run in WWE right now if she stays. I think she's just better suited. She's better suited for the part. She would have just done more with it. And she's just a better wrestler, too. But she's also made of glass. She's always getting hurt. They know who to get rid of. Christian, they knew to get rid of him. He's going to get hurt. Gets hurt. Can't stay fucking healthy. Ruby Soho can't stay healthy. All the women are now fucking utilized less than they were in WWE. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy.
I feel like the thing with Liv is if Liv was a Spice Girl, she would be Baby Spice.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it doesn't work because you can't have Baby Spice in a wrestling competition.
Well, yeah, you can't. So it's hard to care about your champion when like every 5 minutes she's crying. Every time I turn around, she's crying.
She gets kicked about a lot as well.
She's crying all the time. I don't know. But I don't know. Did you see anything with this AEW shit? I mean, like, this is crazy.
Dude, I haven't because the thing is like, I'm kind of sad because I could have stayed for the NXT stuff. But because I hear it was really, really good.
It was good.
No, I was traveling the whole time. Like I wouldn't have been able to catch any of it. By the time I got home, I could see Bailey was like sharing that she was watching it.
Oh, I'll rewatch it with you if you want to rewatch it. You tell me when.
I'm happy to rewatch it. I'm going to rewatch Clash because I didn't know that when you're in the event, you don't get the commentary and you don't get like all the shit talk. You just all you hear is like the ring banging.
That's it. The show's much different.
It was so funny when Roman got the mic for all of about 3 seconds.
Yeah,
and then it was literally Cardiff, and we were all going,
acknowledge me.
Oh yeah, who are you? It was so he's gonna have a complex. Like he doesn't know who he is anymore.
He doesn't care. He's the goddamn head of the table, Nixie. You can't hurt him.
He was so good. Like he got so much hate, but it was so good because he had the right face for it. He's like his expression was just like, what the shit is happening?
He's Roman Reigns.
He took it so fucking well.
He's God mode.
Great.
He's God mode. He probably didn't even hear it. He's God mode, He's on another level. He was in the middle of the match doing that. That was so fucking cool. he's just Roman's a different level. He just really, really fucking is. Welcome to the world of live events, Nixie, and it is a totally different thing. Worlds collide. Ricochet and Carmelo fucking Hayes. Jesus Christ.
Well, Ricochet was over there.
Yeah. Well, they unified 3 belts. They unified all the UK belts with the NXT belts, and all those matches are banging. Braun Breaker and fucking what's his name? Tyler Bate. Fuck. Oh my god.
I mean, I'm happy to watch it. I've seen Twitter like going off about it.
That
so like,
finish of that match is so good and understated, but it is so fucking good. I love it.
That shows how good WWE is at the moment, in the sense of like, you've literally they did Cardiff, which obviously was a great, and it blew the fucking roof off.
Yeah.
And then you'd think that the show that came after it would be like a little bit of like a deflating kind of, it wasn't as, but they managed to do 2 knockouts in a row.
Well, so
like that's insane.
This is where you're at a disadvantage of not being around during the early years of NXT and what it became, because this is what they did under Triple H. WWE put on a decent pay-per-view, right? Even their main stuff. It got so good in NXT that when they put them together, the conversation immediately became, how can WWE keep up with NXT? They're going to get overshadowed again. So now that's what makes this different. I think we're at a turning point in professional wrestling, because what makes this different is now under the total umbrella of Triple H, both shows, as great as Worlds Collide was, I can't put it above Cardiff. Cardiff was so good. It was so amazing. And now they just different shows of equal content. We're seeing that again now. For the first time in a while, since the 2.0, those takeovers have not felt as important as they once did. But now with the same guidance, and it's almost like it should be under one guidance who seems to be doing the right thing for everybody. And now there we are. And we're seeing this again. We're seeing wrestlers go back. Mandy Rose. I'll spoil one. Mandy Rose unifying that fucking triple threat match with Miko and the other one. My God, that was a good fucking match. And Mandy Rose may be the most improved wrestler from beginning product to where she is now that I've ever fucking seen in the history of this game. Mandy Rose is going to be a Hall of Famer someday. Mandy Rose is going to be fucking double champ in the WWE someday. Mandy Rose is building herself into something extremely special. And maybe if they drop the toxic attraction element, that might go away. Maybe she will flounder when she goes back to the main roster. But I'm telling you guys, Mandy Rose has got something fucking special.
Yeah.
They're honestly. I can't wait to see that one.
I'm pumped. I'm like, give me all the content right now, as in like, because I'm still like flying up. I haven't come down yet. It's fucking crazy. The thing is when I was there as well, like I had so many people messaging me like, Nixie, what do you think? And it killed my phone. My phone just went.
I'm trying to find Fake's thumbnail. I'm trying to find it. Is that it? I think that's it. It might be. No, that's the overall. I hope that's it. I can't find your thumbnail. I don't know where it is.
What have you done with it?
What have I done with it? There it is. Hold on. Here, I'll show it there. There it is. Look at that thing. I'm really sad that I didn't get to use this.
I'm on the delay. Give me a few seconds.
Look at that. This is one of Fake's coolest thumbnails ever, and I didn't use it.
Oh wow,
so
my YouTube
good.
is like so fucking delayed. God damn.
So good.
Oh, it's in Discord. Oh yeah.
That thing is cool. That thing is really
That
cool.
is really fucking cool.
It's such a good thumbnail, and I didn't get to use it. But maybe I still will. We're really just talking about it now. Unfortunately, see, that's why I got to do the live reactions. If I don't do it, I watched the whole thing with Fake. We sat there, we watched. I didn't even skip through much. We ended up watching the whole fucking thing. And who else did? It wasn't Falan. Formal was there for most of it too, right? That was a blast. It was a lot of fun. Raw tonight. We're doing Raw tonight.
Yeah.
Are you watching? Are you able? Are you functioning?
like I've literally only just woke up, and I'm probably gonna.
You're
make
not
sure I
dead,
get
so that's good.
sugar in me, and yeah, I want to watch Raw because it's all like the fallout, isn't it? So like,
Yeah, this is a big Raw tonight. This is a big Raw tonight. This could be a real big Raw tonight because now we're building towards the rest of the big pay-per-views of the year. Now we're building Survivor Series. Now we're building towards Royal Rumble. Now we're really the end of the year is now in focus. So yeah, it's huge. Big night tonight. We also got a lot of stuff to do this week. No rush. Get yourself right. But at some point we've got Archer, another episode of Archer. We're going to have another one on Wednesday. We've got a new episode of Game of Thrones, fucking House of the Dragon. We have to review.
Which is going to be a double feature because we got a review.
Because we
episode
got to
2
review
as well.
last week's episode. And then we also have to watch what I feel is the darkest episode of Rick and Morty of all time.
Oh, really?
It's really good, but man, it's dark. It's so fucking dark.
Geek.
What?
It's a good time to be a fucking geek.
Oh, we got a lot. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And you know what? You know what's really great? We're doing so well on YouTube right now that we drew over 50, closer to 60 for a wrestling morning show on Labor Day. That's pretty fucking amazing.
That's insane.
It's pretty good. Do you have any other thoughts that you would like to get off your chest about Cardiff, your whole excursion, any of the wrestling that you saw this weekend, anything at all? Floor is yours, Miss Nixie.
There was a lot of confusion in the stadium about who the guy was that came out and pulled off of Drew.
Oh yeah.
Some people are saying he is an Uso, and
Well,
other people
yeah.
are like, no, he's not.
Yeah, he is. No, he's their younger brother.
Oh, see, because everyone in the stadium was like, oh no, it's another cousin.
No,
or
it's their
something.
brother. It's their younger brother. And he's very good. He's gotten a hell of a push down in NXT. He makes a lot of sense. I think I laid it out earlier kind of how I feel this is going to go now because it really does make sense. Did you tear Punk a new asshole? I'm excited to. Oh, yes, I did. Dave, read my reactions.
Yeah, that's actually what I came in here to say. I said the exact same thing that you said this weekend, and I've been feeling it for ages. Fucking CM Punk is literally Bret Hart 2.0.
Yes, no question.
The whiny, we want change, nothing changes.
No question.
This whole world sucks because I'm not winning.
Stupid Americans.
Yeah, it's literally 2.0.
It's terrible.
God dang.
So here's what I want to end the night with. I want to end the morning with. I want to go back to last night, and I was asleep, but Fake was reacting to everything that happened in the chat, and this was so goddamn hysterical. So I'm going to go back to 11:40 last night, and we're going to read Fake Ass Twat's DMs. Here we go. I like the white tights on Punk. Finn should take note. Fucking asshole. Pretty decent. You're right. That's his first note. Pretty decent Let's Go Moxley chance, dueling with CM Punk chance, surprisingly. Then he tweets out 4 minutes and 20 seconds for a match that had 3-month build up to so disappointing and stupid. Athena and Jay deserved more. This is for the women's stuff. Tony Khan hates women's wrestling so much. 4-minute match on a 4-hour show. Why? I wonder why people don't see them as a big draw. Beats me. Then the next one. Punk wins, lol. And by the way, earlier tonight, I completely spoiled everything. I called him stupid, everybody stupid. I'm like, it's MJF, idiot. This is stupid. Punk wins. Fucking Drew or Dean's buried. Fucking MJF comes out. It's stupid. Whole thing's stupid. And I like the finish, though. I will say that. MJF, gas. Why squash Punk last week? Why? They're giving MJF a bigger reception than they did to Punk. Ha 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 ha. And then he tweets out the Punk interview.
My time, and this is a fucking business.
This is a fucking business. Jesus Christ.
Why I'm a grown-ass adult man
I'm a
and I
grown-ass
decide
adult
not to be
man.
friends with somebody is nobody else's fucking business.
It is when you make it. You didn't have to address this right now, bitch boy. You didn't have to address it. Let me continue forth. What did I do? I don't know, bro. It must have been something pretty bad if one of the most loved people backstage has an issue with you. I love this shit with Punk. Just gets worse and worse and it implodes. LMAO, fucking unbearable cunt. That's pretty much all. LMAO, yes, yes, yes. Dave, you're in for a treat when you wake up. Slay. That was what I got in the DMs. I added the slay.
Slay.
Slay. Wait until you see. Matt Hardy is agreeing with them. Oh my God. Rebby's going to have a baby on the floor. Oh my God.
He sounds like Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. I feel dizzy. But no, Fake had it all on the button. Oh wait, this was great. This was the Hangman
Say
page.
About you, the more I realize it's exactly
Here's the great
from you.
This is such a good
This
line.
is my home, and this Sunday at Double or Nothing, I will not be defending this championship against you. No, for the first time in my life, I will be defending all Elite Wrestling from you.
Turns out to be very true and prophetic. Because that's exactly what he has to fucking do. Protect it from you. Now, unfortunately, Adam Hangman Page sucks. I'm not a fan of him either. Shocker. But yeah. I think that's about it. I think we've just about done all that we can. I don't know if there's much more that I'm able to do here. I think it's pretty solid. You know what I'm going to do instead of playing an outro, because I'm just going to be a little different today? I'm going to play the intro again because it's the greatest intro ever. I love this fucking intro. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you, Nixie, for jumping in. I appreciate you. Nobody else wanted to get their thoughts, so fuck them. I hope you have a good rest of your morning. I'm going to go. We can watch fucking stuff right now. You let me know what you want to do. We got stuff to watch. I want to watch fucking Rick and Morty again. You guys let me know what you're going on with your rest of the day. I'll be on Twitch all over the place. It's going to be a nice, fun Labor Day. We're going to have a good time. And I appreciate all the donos, all the supports. We're continuing to go up the butt of YouTube. Holy shit, can you believe all the growth? We're going to hit 10K. It's unbelievable. Be a part of it. Take it in. Have it all over your face, neck, and chest. Let it consume your soul, and we will see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Keep it copious, folks, and remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented Nixies. Goodbye. Now, you know, Russell Brown with the sub, you know, of course, just like when we do a regular show, you know, there's an after thing real quick where I'm going to go ahead and rip a nice big bong, but this one is a wake and bake. Joker, I'm sorry you missed it as we just ended. You know what? There's straight and Matt. I don't know who this is. Straight edge Matt. I don't know who that is. Let's take his call while I rip this big bong and we leave. Hey, it's the end of the show. We're actually done, but we're still on the air. So what do you got there, straight edge?
I was just gonna ask, who the hell's Jim Crockett? Because I've never heard of him.
Well, you're not allowed to be a wrestling fan anymore. That's first and foremost. Your wrestling card has been, you know, funny story on Jim Crockett. When I was a kid, my dad and my mom were, you know, they actually never got married. I'm a bastard, you stupid son of a bitch. I'm a bastard, you're a bastard. What? No, but I am. And the only good things that I got from my dad ever were my love of baseball and my love of wrestling. And why I got my love of wrestling is my dad would sit me down on his couch for hours and just put in Crockett Cup wrestling. So my first memories of wrestling was Crockett Cup Promotions. And I don't even like Jim Crockett. He's just a very important promoter to the NWA in the territorial days. Without Jim Crockett, basically not like Jim Crockett laid a lot of the foundation for what would later become kind of the modern day wrestling, because he was really good at, although the traditionalist and all that is still there, he would do things that you would see would be a little transcendent later on. So he was that really important promoter, and the things that he was a part of really did kind of help everything go forward from there. Answer the question good?
Yeah, that's good.
Enjoy the show today?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You knew Dead on Daveite? You new to the Copious Kingdom?
I think I joined right before you were doing a stream on Max about his latest video that was a whole bunch of shit, I think.
Oh, nice.
Because one What annoyed me about Max was that he acted like such a douchebag.
Well, I'm not covering Max right now.
Oh, no.
I'm smoking a bong and I'm ending the show. But call in later and we'll talk about Max. This better not be your only fucking call. You better call back.
All right.
Thanks a lot there, Straight Matt. Have a good one. He's going to go right into a Mama Max call. Hold on there. You got to rip the bong and get out of here. No, I'm saying it wasn't a traditionalist all the time. That's what I'm saying.
Slay.
Yes, Quaid. Woo! I need a new piece. This thing fucking just gets clogged all the time. Good night. Good day. Start the day, everybody. We'll see you later. Nice long bong.